WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I got to say.
I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary.
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here in the house alongside Lucas the intern.
How you guys doing today?
Fantastic. Cold, but fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
Man, the state of this weather.
Yeah.
I know. I got to get that out of the way.
Pretty damn cold out.
To say the least. I mean, when I left to come here earlier this morning, because of my morning shift here at BCB as well on Saturdays, it was -1 degree Fahrenheit.
That's
negative 1 degree. I had to take a picture of it. It displayed on my car. I had to take a picture of it just for posterity because I didn't realize it could get that low. Thank goodness we're not in a colder climate, I guess. I feel bad for my Canadian cousins because they have it even worse up there, eh?
At least we're not in Denver, anything like that. There's just the Midwest gets very, very cold.
I can't say I'd know from experience. Anyway, a lot to get into today. First of all, let me thank people for the positive feedback that I got from the IWC flashback that was thrown out last week.
That was a great segment.
Yeah, that'll pop back periodically. We don't want to wear out our welcome with that. But it seems like the story of the week is lawsuits, and more lawsuits.
Yeah. It's a very, very touchy subject. With there's too many people are suing over too many things, and I'm not saying that sometimes it's not.
It's litigious.
Yeah,
and it's nonsense.
It's not even like the one that we're going to talk about with
your boy.
Not my boy. That one is.
Oh, that's different. Oh,
I'm talking about
the other one.
Yeah, the other one. It's just, like, why file it a year afterwards?
Well, let's get right into that. The wife of the late WWE wrestler filing a wrongful death suit against WWE. Cassandra Frazier, the widow of wrestler Nelson Frazier Jr., you might remember him as Mabel, Viscera, and Big Daddy V in the WWE, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against WWE this past Wednesday on the 1-year anniversary of his passing.
The stuff that she filed against, though, it's like he died. Didn't he die of a heart attack? And she's saying they made him wrestle with head injuries and stuff.
Yeah, the lawsuit states WWE didn't warn its wrestlers about concussions or head injuries, and that says that WWE allowed Frazier to wrestle with pneumonia, even though he suffered from diabetes, an enlarged heart, and obesity.
But he died when he wasn't wrestling.
Well, I think they're trying to go for the angle of the issues in the ring contributed to his early passing. I don't know. I think
he was also like 400-something pounds, though.
I think he was north of 5.
Yeah,
like he was 500. I mean, he may have slimmed down to 4-something, but I believe he had the he for the majority of his time in WWE, he was north of 500 pounds.
Yeah, it's just...
he is not a small man. I've met him in person. I've interviewed him here for the show. We've run the interview. I think we actually ran it around this time last year, around the time of his passing.
Yeah, when we had to, announce.
A little tribute, yeah. And then the other one, which I'm surprised this didn't come out sooner, WWE doctor suing Punk and Cabana. That's right, WWE physician Chris Amon filing a lawsuit against Phil CM Punk Brooks and Scott Colt Cabana Colton over comments made in the November 26th The Art of Wrestling podcast. We talked about it ad nauseum from back in right around Thanksgiving. Amon accuses Brooks of, quote, repeatedly and falsely impugned the integrity of him as a physician.
Guess he just couldn't take the Z-Pack jokes anymore. I will admit, I was watching NXT, and when they did that segment with him, I just kept saying, like, and we made sure he was, okay, and then I just would cut and go and gave him heavy amounts of Z-Pack, right? Come on. Oh, come on, just give me one.
Yeah, 5 days will do you.
Yeah.
Eamon alleges that Colton helped Brooks falsely depict him as a lazy and bad doctor, and that both men, quote, knowingly fabricated the false and disparaging statements. Get this, though. Eamon is seeking over $1 million in compensatory damages. And
Dr. Evil, that's not really that much of not really a big amount of money anymore.
Well, he wasn't apparently damaged that much to get the old Dr. Evil 100
Yeah, I know.
billion. Yeah, I know. You're just going for the line. It's all right. Name that movie. No. And also an undetermined amount of punitive damages. So maybe that's where the $100 billion comes from. I don't know. It is undetermined. And who else has Chris Amon's back? Well, WWE does.
Well, of course they do. That's their senior physician. You don't want that guy, like, bad-mouthing the company.
Well, they issued a statement regarding Punk's claims back in November on the Art of Wrestling podcast, and the statement reads, in light of CM Punk's allegations regarding WWE's medical staff and the subsequent defamation lawsuit filed by Dr. Amen against CM Punk, WWE continues to have the utmost confidence in the ability and expertise of our world-class team of physicians, including Dr. Amen. CM Punk claimed this past November that during the Royal Rumble pay-per-view event on January 26, 2014, he performed with a baseball-sized purple lump on his back located near the waistband of his tights. WWE's investigation has shown the following. CM Punk did not discuss this alleged condition with WWE's team of physicians and trainers, nor did he discuss it with anyone in our talent relations department.
See, here's the thing, and I understand why they're doing this, but at the same time, of course they're going to say that. They're supporting their doctor. Of course they're going to say that. I'm not mad that they're doing it because I understand why. It's just like, it's almost like you expect them to come out nobody knows the truth except for Dr. Amen, CM Punk, and and WWE, and apparently the WWE universe, but he could have stretched the truth a little bit. And, that's what people...
Yeah, there's a lot of stretching of the truth here. The truth is very flexible.
Yeah.
Maybe it does DDP yoga. No? Okay.
Maybe.
Inhale into cobra, exhale into down dog. No, all right. Subsequently, WWE has no medical records documenting this alleged condition.
Or they burned him, You never know.
Wonder which side of the fence you're sitting on in this.
I'm really just playing both sides.
You're just playing devil's advocate?
I'm just...
You're sitting in the middle like a good broadcast journalist
I'm
intern
Switzerland.
should?
I'm Cesaro, I guess you could say. I'm the neutral. Sort of take...
I have no follow-up joke for that.
Pot shots at both sides.
There you go. They also say the first time WWE was made aware of this alleged condition was when we received a letter from CM Punk's attorney on August 22nd, 2014, after WWE terminated his contract.
Now, I feel like that's a little bit far-fetched. I don't understand why he would do that.
And then to kind of twist that dagger just a little bit further, they say there is clear video evidence from the 2014 Royal Rumble which allows all to decide whether there is any appearance of a baseball-sized growth on CM Punk's back.
Oh, here we go. There's another podcast in the works. I can feel it. I sense a disturbance.
Let's go to the tape. Well, we can't go to the videotape here because it's radio, audio, all that stuff. And if I, wouldn't get a claim of copyright thing, I'd probably throw it up as part of the video upload onto YouTube.
Maybe splicey splice,
Splicey splice, but yeah, no, I'm not good at the splicey splicing. I don't know. So yeah, more legal litigation, lawsuit nonsense, and such. I don't know. We'll talk a little bit of actual wrestling. In fact, there's a lot of stuff going on here in the area over the course of really this weekend, but especially today. And I know sure to give us some of it is none other than the showstopper himself, Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. We have a doubleheader tonight, starting at 4 at the old ECW Arena.
Yes, we do. The
ECW.
WSU and CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling. It starts at 4 this afternoon. Features local primetime Amy Lee. I don't know if I've had her here on the program or if I've just I've been at a lot of events where she's wrestled, but she's being inducted into the WSU Hall of Fame. As well as the ladies being in action, most notably Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, really?
Daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Tully Blanchard.
She was at
the PWS show also, yeah. And then in the nightcap, CZW Wrestling celebrates its 16th ultra-violent anniversary with best of the best qualifying matches.
It's going to be an action-packed show.
Yeah, it looks...
Tickets are still available.
CZWWrestling.com, and that's one W in there because I know I've screwed that up before, so CZWRESTLING.com. Also, what else is in there? A 6-man tag team tables match. Should be interesting. You've got an ultra-violent rules match between... Oh, I think we just lost Ed there. That's usually what a dial tone means. Matt Tremont facing Stockade and the ultra-violent rules match, and also the Young Bucks will be in tag team action.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. Also, well, tonight in Rahway, if you're a little more north... Yeah, if you're a little more north of here, I guess, and don't want to head down to Philly, up in Rahway, New Jersey, Pro Wrestling Syndicate's Refuse to Lose 2015 at the Rahway Rec Center, 275 East Milton Avenue in Rahway, New Jersey.
Nice.
Autograph signings start at 6. The action starts at 8, and they actually just sent out a Facebook post not too long ago that because of the incoming snow, they will open the doors at 5, so you're not standing out there in the cold waiting for the doors to open at 6. How nice of them.
Yeah.
Refuse to Lose features 3 first-round PWS TV title tournament matches. A tables match between Chris Payne and Eddie Kingston. The Handicapped Heroes defending their PWS Tag Team Championship in a 4-way match against the Reynolds Brothers.
I actually have their wrist.
You're wearing their wristband now?
Yeah.
Very good. You got that from their show last month.
Yeah.
The Reynolds Brothers, whom they beat for the title, as well as Reality Check and Aesthetics Enterprise.
Aesthetics?
Yeah. AESTHETICS.
I forget what that means.
Word of the day, dictionary, I don't know. Also, there's an international collision as Jushin Thunder Liger faces Colt Cabana.
Man.
No questions about his pending lawsuit.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could go to that show, but that's just like, that was a long... We got to plan this out a little bit more now.
Also, PWS Heavyweight Champion Fallah Bahh defends against Kevin Matthews. Plus, there'll be appearances by TNA's Ethan Carter III, as well as Hall of Famers Jimmy Superfly Snuka and Mick Foley.
Wow.
Bang, bang.
It's going to be pretty cool.
That's right. Pro Wrestling Syndicate's Refuse to Lose 2015. That's tonight starting at 6 o'clock, the Rahway Rec Center, 215 East Milton Avenue in Rahway, New Jersey. Also, soon you can check out PWS on television here in the Philadelphia area.
Oh, wow.
Starting March 1st, Pro Wrestling Syndicate can be seen every Sunday afternoon from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. on the Philly Cam channel, which is channel 66 on Comcast and channel 29 on Verizon. You can get more info about Pro Wrestling Syndicate available at bedofnails.com.
And when does this start? When do they start airing?
March 1st.
March 1st.
That would be... do you listen to anything I say?
I'm just double checking.
You're just double checking? Okay, in case people tuned in late. All right.
Yeah, set your DVRs, folks.
Exactly.
Was it like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning?
That's for the TVs in the based out of where they are in the North Jersey, Connecticut, and New York areas. But for here in Philly, it'll be a much more sleep pleasant time of 3:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh,
a Sunday afternoon.
I could easily watch that one. Yeah, that's wow.
Yep, channel 66 on Comcast, channel 29 on Verizon. It's the Philly Cam channel. I think it's like Philly Community Access Media or something like that.
Oh wow, that's gonna be good. Another thing to watch wrestling on.
Yeah, as if there isn't enough already. More info about Pro Wrestling Syndicate available at bedofnails.com. That's bedofnailz.com. bedofnails.com. And, of course, we're just over an hour away from action at the Monster Factory. 541 Manto Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Doors open at 1. The action starts at 2. Lance Anoa'i facing Shaheem Ali.
That's
he's no longer muscling and shuffling, as we found out last time.
Yeah, we got the opportunity to see Lance Anoa'i at Wrestling with Disaster and House of Hardcore. He's an amazing performer.
Yeah, he's got the family lineage.
Yeah,
definitely. Also, the Bloodbound Warriors. They're defending their Monster Factory tag titles against Brutal Joe Gibson and Wild Bill Wiles.
I'm wondering.
That should. Whew. That'll be that. Yeah,
that's going to be a throwdown.
This is well, as Danny Cage said to us on this past Monday's Completely Damaged radio. It's going to be probably one of the more intense shows that they've had. There's a lot. You'll be able to feel the intensity. You may even be able to cut it with a knife, as the late Gorilla Monsoon.
Will there be integrity and intelligence as well? Huh? See what I did there? Huh? Oh,
no, okay. I'm sandbagging the daylights out of that.
Oh, come on.
I'm absolutely sandbagging that. Nick Camarado goes one-on-one with Ryan Adrenaline Rush. Also, Anthony Bennett puts his Supersonic Championship on the line against the amazing Bandito Jr. Mm-hmm. The MV tries again to have her debut match in the Monster Factory Girl division against a yet-to-be-named opponent.
I wonder if it's Ashley America.
I don't know.
That was a rhetorical thing. Not everything has to be answered by the great Fearon Derry. Or no, my bad. The host of the longest-running pro wrestling.
You shut your mouth.
Because I didn't mean to steal Harry Barnett's nickname. I did. That was not on purpose.
Well, we're talking about the factory, so he won't be calling in. Ooh. Sorry, did I just go shoot there?
Yeah,
I might have.
He might call in now. Great.
Former UFC fighter Matt Riddle finally gets his match with 6-time All-American Billy Damiana. That I'm looking forward to. And it'll be match number 2 of the... Actually, before we even get into that match is so intriguing between Riddle and Damiana. You know who's going to be in the house for that?
Who?
X-Pac.
He's going
to be at the Monster Factory, yeah.
Wow. That's going to be pretty...
yeah, he sent out a tweet earlier this week about it.
That's... wow.
Yeah, I will be on hand at the Monster Factory this Saturday afternoon to witness the Matt Riddle against Billy Damiana match. These guys are beasts.
He's most likely going to be backstage.
That was... I don't know. I would imagine he'd be... if he's throwing it out there on Twitter, I don't think it would be very savvy of him to just be in the back and not...
but at the same time, to where X-Pac is coming from, there are going to be fans that really want to meet X-Pac. Do you really?
Maybe he'll come out, during intermission.
Yeah, that might, because I don't want to. There are going to be some fans that are going to want to try and get pictures with him, and he wants to try and watch the matches.
That's what I'm saying. There aren't any matches during the intermission. That might be a good time. I don't know. I'm just saying it would be savvy of him to make an appearance.
Yeah, I know.
Intermission.
Yep.
That's all I'm going for there.
Yeah.
Also, match number 2 of the best of 3 series between Monster Factory heavyweight champion Luis the Punisher Martinez and Clutch Adams.
I've also got my Punisher shirt on.
Of course you do.
The Punisher comics shirt.
You're all geared up and ready to go. Martinez won the first match 2 weeks ago at the factory, leading the series 1-0. Can Clutch tie it up, or will the Punisher complete the sweep and retain his title? Find out today at the Monster Factory, 541 Mantua Avenue, Paulsboro, New Jersey. More info about the factory at monsterfactory.org.
Nice.
And, okay, we'll also get this out there. Also, as if there wasn't enough going on, the East Coast Wrestling Association, ECWA, they're going to be in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey tonight, where the K-Cup ECWA tag team titles will be decided, as you've got the semifinals and the finals both going on tonight, including doing double duty today, the Bloodbound Warriors.
Wow.
Possibly triple duty. Yeah, they're taking on Breaker Morant and Chris Wilde in the semifinals. You also have the Payne brothers taking on Black Wall Street, and the winners will face off for the K-Cup Tournament Trophy and ECWA Tag Team Championships. That's the East Coast Wrestling Association Winter Challenge. It's tonight at the Woodbury Heights Community Center, 741 Helen Avenue, Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. Doors open at 6. Bell time is 7. All ECWA events are family friendly. That's good to know.
Good to know, especially with the name. The first 3 letters are ECW. You know,
I think that's why they put that on there. So yeah, lots of options out there for your local wrestling preference, for lack of a better term.
well, local wrestling, pleasure.
Yeah, sure, we can go with great pleasure, as the Iron Sheik would say. All right, let's take care of some business because I'm late.
Expletives, right? I mean, this is Sheiky Baby we're talking about.
This is Sheiky Baby, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I like having a show.
Yeah. So do I. I like being an intern. I mean, I'd love to get paid, but intern's pretty good. So.
Well, we'll discuss that over the break, and when we come back, we'll talk about a little back and forth between Seth Rollins and a famous comedian over the course of the internet. Plus, we've got our predictions certain to go wrong for WWE Fast Lane or Toll Booth or whatever the hell the pay-per-view is called tomorrow. No?
On the road to WrestleMania play button, right?
On the road to WrestleMania play button, exactly. Oh, gosh. We'll get into all that and more. Plus, we've got room for your calls as well. 215-949-3232 or toll free at 888-922-2149. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
This is the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Lucas the Intern, talking all kinds of stuff, wrestling and otherwise. And wow, let's get into some news and notes here since it looks like we've got some Facebook feedback that just popped in here based on this story that I was about to get into. Samoa Joe announcing his departure from Impact Wrestling. That's right, Samoa Joe announcing via Twitter on Tuesday that he is leaving TNA Impact Wrestling.
What does this mean?
Well, it means his contract is up and he decided to not re-sign. As he put in the tweet, "I've decided to part ways with Impact Wrestling. My very best to them going forward and my eternal thanks to the fans."
I wonder if he might maybe make a return to Ring of Honor.
I don't know what's next for Samoa Joe. TNA Vice President John Gaburick addressed the departure of Samoa Joe via Twitter, saying, "On expiration of Samoa Joe's contract, TNA and Joe have agreed to part ways. Joe will always be a member of our family, and we wish him the best. No mention of future endeavors." That's a WWE thing.
That's a classy thing that TNA does.
So the question, I guess, is, does Samoa Joe go to WWE? Is there any interest on WWE's part in Samoa Joe? Will he be saddled with another Samoan schlock gimmick a la Umaga, the Head Shrinkers, the Wild Samoans, to a degree the Usos?
You know what I noticed, though? And I was actually talking to somebody about, because remember when Jim Ross said that one of the best moves WWE can make is sign AJ Styles? Mm-hmm. You think about it. With Samoa Joe, he's made a comfortable living with TNA, and AJ Styles with TNA and in the Indies. I think it might be a better move not to go to WWE because they could make a sizable living and they get to choose when they wrestle in the Indies as opposed to having to do this hectic schedule with WWE. It might be better for them, especially because they can keep their gimmick that they've made so much fortune with. It might be best for them to just go to Ring of Honor or something like that, stay there. I mean, do you really think WWE is going to give him a main event spot, him or AJ Styles, Samoa Joe or AJ Styles, if they sign him? He's probably going to be a mid-card guy.
We'll probably have him start back in NXT.
Yeah, maybe.
It's amazing how that works now. Any established name that comes in has to kind of learn how to do things the WWE way. Could you imagine if that was the case 15 years ago? I mean, could you see Chris Jericho jumping over from WCW and, you got to go into NXT first before you make your debut?
Well, it depends on who it is, though. You see, like...
Well, I mean, Jericho learned a lot of different styles wrestling all over the world. He wrestled in Japan, he wrestled in Canada, he wrestled in Mexico, and he had a very diverse style, and that was part of what made him interesting, was that it wasn't kind of a cookie cutter manufactured, everybody does things exactly the same way, lockstep kind of mindset. There was some diversity, there was some variety in styles, and it made for clashes in the ring that were great.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, though, about, people getting signed coming, when they re-sign or sign, because there was a little bit of a surprise with NXT on Thursday. I heard Wednesday, my bad. I watched it on Thursday, but, there was...
Haven't adjusted to the new schedule yet?
No, not even that. There was a surprise return. Sort of a...
Yeah, what about Rhino coming back to NXT?
And the crowd gave, like, an ultra pop for him. Super mega ultra pop.
And he squashed Elias Sampson in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was really awesome thing to see. Because I never personally got to see Rhino wrestle, unless
during the ECW run, unless you were watching old pay-per-views or something like that. I don't know. Very, very, very interesting. All right, another little tidbit for those hoping to possibly see The Rock avenge the booing from the Royal Rumble. Well, he probably won't be at Fast Lane on Sunday because he's presenting an Academy Award. That's right, Dwayne The Rock Johnson presenting an award at tomorrow's 87th Annual Academy Awards. He announced the news on his Twitter page, but didn't say which category he would present. He presented the award for Best Visual Effects back in 2008. So... Sorry, I don't think that the Brahma Bull will be making any appearances at Fastlane. Might we see him at Mania? Well, I guess that depends on his movie filming schedule. I don't know. Also, another little bit of news coming out of Florida and Impact Wrestling. Eddie Edwards injured of the Wolves. Eddie Edwards suffering a broken right heel at the TNA pay-per-view tapings in Orlando, Florida this past Sunday. Edwards was teaming with Wolves partner Davey Richards at the taping for the Extravaganza pay-per-view and had to be helped backstage and sought treatment at a nearby hospital following the match.
Well, that's most unfortunate.
Yeah, injuries, they're a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you looked like you were motioning for me to say, okay, well...
There's just somebody wanted to make a little local announcement.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
Did they want to be brought up on the air?
I get it seems like it wanted to be a private message, but
okay, well then we'll take care of that. We'll take a timeout in a second here, and I'll go ahead and take care of that. Actually, yeah, well, I know this is probably one of the shortest second segments I think I've ever done, but that's all right. Things change minute by minute around here at WBCB. So on the other side, we'll talk Seth Rollins and his internet feud with a famous television comedian. We'll also have our predictions certain to go wrong for the Fast Lane pay-per-view coming up tomorrow. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, February 21. On this date in 1993, WCW held its Super Brawl III pay-per-view. In the main event, Big Van Vader defeated Sting in a White Castle of Fear strap match. On this date in 1998, ECW held its CyberSlam 98 pay-per-view. In the main event, Bam Bam Bigelow and Shane Douglas defeated Rob Van Dam and Sabu in a tag team match. On this date in 1999, WCW held its Super Brawl 9 pay-per-view. In the main event, Hollywood Hogan pinned Ric Flair to retain the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2010, WWE held its Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. In the main event, Chris Jericho defeated The Undertaker, John Morrison, R-Truth, CM Punk, and Rey Mysterio in an Elimination Chamber match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, February 21. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here alongside Lucas the intern, straightening a few things out with the phones here as along with the wrestling chat and whatnot, because of the pending snow coming, we also have phone calls that come in for various cancellations, postponements, and things of that nature, and that was one of them. So got that all squared away. You know what? We'll go ahead and throw the announcement out there now, even though, we'll throw it out there throughout the course of the afternoon. But for those who are looking to attend the Ben Salem Presbyterian Church Spaghetti Dinner scheduled for tonight, that has been postponed to Saturday, March 14th from 5 to 7 p.m., same time as was scheduled today. So there we go, throwing that out there. For those who were looking to go to that, something tells me that they wouldn't be listening to this show, but you never know. I've never know. Yeah, I mean, the demographics cross at all kinds of strange and questionable points. Strange things happen.
True. You could always have the annual church potluck / brawl for all if you really wanted to. You know.
I'm trying to think of how to tie that in, and it's just not working.
I just, representing
I got
in the
nothing.
blue corner, Dean the Deacon DeScenzo, just something funny.
Anything like Deacon Batista from back in 2002?
No clue.
That was how he first came in. He was paired up with Devon, who did a singles push at that point. And it was like a Reverend Devon gimmick. And he had his heavy with him, who was Deacon Batista. I know. That was like 2002 when you were like 4 or something. I don't know. So it was a little before you had started watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, gotta love throwing those things. Can hardly be worse than 2006 when you had, what was it, Backlash 06, where you had Vince and Shane against Shawn Michaels and God.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that'd be a fun but horrible show at the same time. All of the deity-based characters and storylines that have been involved in wrestling over the years. I mean, Friar Ferguson. Oh gosh, I go off on a tangent on that. But where was I going? Oh yeah, the Today in Wrestling History. For those of you who remember Elimination Chamber from back in 2010. That was rather infamous for The Undertaker. That was the event where the pyro went off and burned him on his way to the ring. So he had to compete in the Elimination Chamber match despite suffering first and second degree burns from the pyro going off at the wrong time.
Wow.
And of course, the person who operated the pyro was sacked right after the event.
That's
basically escorted out by The Undertaker.
That sort of sucks. You make
just a little bit.
You make a mistake, and I'm not. You mess up, and that's going to cost you your job. Unfortunately, that's what happens.
Well, thankfully, that doesn't happen on this show.
Oh yeah, I can only think of how many.
You'd have been S-canned long ago.
Oh yeah, I would have been escorted out of the building.
Quite a while ago.
Yeah.
All right, so Seth Rollins. He's been going back and forth via the internet, starting this past Monday on Raw. Well, he took a little bit of a pot shot, of course, grandstanding like he does, gloating, that sort of deal. In fact, we've got the clip right here.
Right now, I'm untouchable. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and there's nobody and nothing that can stop me. Hell, if I wanted, I could become president. I could become president. I'm not even old enough to run for office. Or, I could take over as host of The Daily Show for Jon Stewart and make that thing actually watchable.
That show already is watchable.
Did I hear you sneak in there when he said nothing can stop me? Did I hear you say except Twitter?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
We went over all that last week.
Doesn't matter. You can't bring up old favorites. Come on. I haven't made any pot shots yet. I had to get one.
Snap, snap, green, green, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
There you go. Okay, you happy? I snuck that in there. All right, we're good.
You're good. You're good.
So, much to the surprise of a lot of people, Jon Stewart not only responded but cut himself one hell of a promo.
You know,
Seth.
All right.
Before you,
Since I'm about to hit I do the great setup and you just jump right in and interrupt. Okay, what do you got?
Fine.
No, what do you got? No, that's all right.
I was going to say, like, I actually expected this because Jon Stewart has been seen at many wrestling events. He's a wrestling fan.
He is a wrestling fan.
I wanted to see how he was going to fire back, maybe even on the show.
Well, he decided to do kind of a little selfie vid shoot promo type thing, and here it is.
Seth Rollins, you made a lot of mistakes in your life. Being a turncoat for your brothers on the Shield. Being a toady for the Authority. Not being able to choose which color your hair should be.
Showing your jump.
This is the biggest mistake you ever made. By coming after The Daily Show. You just stepped in a world of hurt, my friend. A world of hurt that even your buddies at J&J Security aren't gonna be able to save you from. I'm coming for you, Rollins. And you're gonna see it. 160 pounds of dynamite. Obviously not dynamite. I mean, my bone density is not what it used to be. 160 pounds of wood. Like a softwood, like a pine. Like a balsa. Still, splinters, That's gonna hurt. My point is, you messed with the wrong guy. And I'm coming. And that's money in the bank, my friend.
Nice way to close it out.
Yes.
I was going to say, Lucas is cracking up on the side here. It's a good thing I turned your microphone off. Practically falling out of your chair at one point here.
It's not even, it's just because it's Jon Stewart and he's silly, and it's just, I just had
But he did a better job with that promo than about 80% of the WWE roster.
That is true. And he made it actually, interesting.
Well, as if that wasn't enough, Seth Rollins has the rebuttal to the rebuttal, if you will. He was interviewed by TMZ Hollywood Sports.
Do we have this clip as well?
We most certainly do.
Yay.
Seth, you've been challenged. Jon Stewart is stepping to you. How do you feel about it?
It's quite interesting, to be honest with you. I just made the comment sort of in jest on Monday, and then here he is now a few days later calling me out. And I told him on Twitter, I said, Mr. Stewart, John, I'll say it right now. You know where to find me. I'm at Fast Lane this Sunday in Memphis. You can come check me out, or I'm live in the middle of the ring on Monday Night Raw every single week. I told you, my security guys, they'll hold the middle rope up for you, man.
He calls himself 160 pounds of dynamite. Are you the least bit worried that he could, surprise you? He used to be a college athlete. He's athletic.
What did he, was he a curler? Was he a college curler?
He was a soccer player, bro.
Polo? What was he doing?
He scored the winning goal against William and Mary back when he was a standout college soccer player.
A soccer player. Okay, well that's a little bit different than what we do. People think we take falls. Look at soccer players.
I love it.
You're not scared at all then, Seth.
Why would I mean, I don't even know how old Jon Stewart is. He's ancient at this point, right? He's got to be a fossil. He talked himself about how he's balsa wood. Am I worried about his splinters? I don't think so. I'm 28 years old. I'm the fittest competitor in all of WWE. There's nobody on the WWE roster that can even touch me, let alone Jon Stewart.
I don't know, dude. He could have someone back him up, though, at WrestleMania, and you guys could do some sort of tag team. That'd be pretty cool.
It was like a Jay Leno situation, like a type deal.
Here's the thing. Jon Stewart, athletically, might not be on your caliber, but he's definitely one of the most intelligent guys to ever be on television. You're not worried that he could be playing some kind of mental game with you, kind of lure you in?
I'll give Jon Stewart credit where it is due. He cut a very emotional and intelligent promo earlier today, and I don't know how much of that his writers wrote out for him. But it was very impassioned, and you are correct. He is one of the most intelligent men
man in television, which is why he's had a job for as long as he has. But I'm telling you, man, it's a different world. What we do is a different world than what Jon Stewart does. So if he thinks he can hang with the best, by all means, Mr. Money in the Bank will be waiting for him.
You were talking about how you think you could do his job better than he could do it. You ever given serious thoughts to actually hosting like a late-night comedy show or something like that?
Well, right now my main focus is becoming the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But, there's some truth to my promo on Monday. I honestly feel like I could do whatever I wanted when my days here are done in WWE.
That's awesome.
Confident man.
Seth, thank you so much for joining us on TMZ Hollywood Sports. Good luck in case John actually does try to step into the squared circle.
Good luck to me. Good luck to Jon Stewart. I can only hope.
So there you go. TMZ Hollywood Sports. Seth Rollins responding. To answer, since he didn't know, Jon Stewart is 52.
Oh, wow.
And apparently the last few years he is not exactly aged. He has aged about as gracefully as the President of the United States. That gray came in real quick.
It did.
With Stewart. It's amazing how the
Seth
time
Rollins,
goes.
that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, no, he was taking some fun pot shots there. They were all very well done. It's amazing what happens when you just kind of are allowed to let loose and not have to follow a script or anything like that. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left of the show. I think it's what do you think? Time to throw our predictions certain to go wrong out there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's take a look at WWE Fast Lane. All right, let's go over this here. All right, I'm using this as the background. Let's go over it. So we got 7 matches on the card tonight, or tomorrow night, I should say. Getting ahead of myself. Let's start off with a 6-man tag match. Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback against the aforementioned Seth Rollins, along with Kane and the Big Show.
I'm going to go with Rollins, Kane, and the Big Show. I mean, it's a pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Usually WrestleMania is when most of the time the faces win in a feel-good moment.
Yeah, I don't think Jon Stewart's showing up for this necessarily, so I think Rollins will get the nod here.
Maybe we could have him as like a guest on The Daily Show. That would be fun.
That would be funny. Also, the Dust Brothers explode here at Fastlane. Goldust against Stardust. My boy.
I'm going to actually go with Stardust. His name is not Cody.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I'm going with Stardust here. Usually when I go with my heart, I lose, but my heart and my head are agreeing for once. It's a rarity. Title matches, and more title matches. The Intercontinental title, Bad News Barrett against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title. I'm saying Bad News Barrett retains here. What you got?
I say Ambrose.
Ambrose winning the title.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, he's going to win it either here or WrestleMania, but, you can always have a good title defense match and still be an over match,
There you go. Speaking of something that's definitely over with you, the Divas title, Nikki Bella defending against Paige.
I'm going to go with Nikki Bella.
See, I picked with my heart last time, and it didn't quite work out so well for me, so I'm sticking with Nikki on this one. Mm-hmm. The tag titles, we got the Usos defending against Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. How about that? I say ooh, you say no.
No, I say Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. No, you say ooh, I say Cesaro and Kidd. That wasn't good.
Yeah, and that's why they're pulling off into the fast lane as we speak here. So you're going with Cesaro and Kidd. I'm saying the Usos retain on that one. Then we've got Rusev defending the U.S. title against John Cena. The belt that he hasn't had in over a decade before moving up to the title picture. You think Rusev crush?
Yes, I do.
The almighty Superman, John Cena? I don't know. I'm thinking, I don't know why, but I think Cena's going to win by DQ. I don't know. I just have that gut feeling.
Well, we know. Well, why would he win? But at the same time, I feel like he's obviously going to beat Rusev at WrestleMania. That's going to be
that's where Rusev gets his first pinfall or submission loss.
Yeah. So what would be the point of Rusev losing 2 pay-per-views in a row? Maybe he crushes John Cena and he comes back for the Mania match and says, I destroyed you. What makes you think, you're going to be able to beat me? And it's WrestleMania, so that's when Super Cena really comes out. So
well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe he obliterates Cena to the point where Rusev doesn't break a 5 count, and that's how he gets DQ'd.
Maybe, but I'd rather it be a pinfall win by Rusev. It makes sense.
I mean, for tonight, yeah. I know there's a number of different ways that they can go, and then finally the match that has pretty much been made thanks to the Philadelphia crowd at the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns defending his number 1 contendership from the Royal Rumble against Daniel Bryan. It's not really a title, but it's a title shot, I guess. I think, I should have gone with my gut last month. My gut told me Reigns, and I thought, Vince McMahon can't screw this up 2 years in a row, can he?
Wrong.
Yeah, that didn't exactly go over so well.
This whole thing is embarrassing. It really is.
Yes, it is. You said it, Vince.
See, I don't ask my audience what they want. I tell them what they want. I tell them what they want, and then they like it.
And apparently, Roman Reigns did not exactly have that reaction.
Yeah.
But I think that Vince is going to stay the course here. I think he's going to have Roman Reigns face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, so I'm going with Reigns here.
I'm going with Reigns here, too. I mean, would I be upset if Daniel Bryan won? Obviously not.
No.
But at the same time, it would also be like Roman Reigns are screwing him out of his title opportunity. I mean, the thing with McMahon in '99 was understandable.
Oh, yeah. There have been instances where the title shot has gone to somebody else. I think 97 was the other one.
Yeah.
Because it all goes back to 97, as we all know.
And apparently Chicago.
To a degree.
Yeah.
I guess to a degree. I don't know where.
Why don't we go over, I don't know, we got 5 minutes left. Why don't we do some wrestling?
A little less then.
Why don't we
say Nick Cataldi's coming up next. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that as well.
You've forgotten that a couple weeks in a row. I have to remind you at least once for this.
Oh, birthdays.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, we'll get into that in a second. But a programming note here at WBCB. For those looking to tune into the Pennsbury-Methacton game that was supposed to be going on, it has been postponed until this Monday evening due to the pending weather and winter weather advisory and all that stuff that started within the hour. All right, so birthdays. We got enough time for that here. We've got 4 of them for you. First of all, from 1987, Joel Redman was born. Who's that? The former NXT Tag Team Champion known as Oliver Gray turns 28 today. He was the inaugural NXT Tag Champion alongside Adrian Neville.
Nice.
And now Neville's in the title hunt, and Oliver Gray is not with NXT anymore. So I guess he's the Marty Jannetty of that team. I don't know. From 1985, Tommy Mercer was born. Who's that? The former TNA Tag Team Champion known as Crimson turns 30 today.
So it's a hearty, what is it? Plethora of who's that?
A veritable who's that. I knew where you were going with that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go a little out of chronological order and say from 1973, George Murdoch was born. I've done the who's that joke twice, and it's failed both times. The former WWE superstar known as Brodus Clay and currently in TNA as Tyrus turns 42 today. I did not know that he had that many miles on the tires.
Oh, wow.
Kind of surprised me a little bit. And we're going to go back for this last one. From 1979, Carlos Colon Jr. was born. You know who that is. The former WWE Intercontinental Champion, U.S. Champion, and my lookalike, known as Carlito, turns 36 today. And that is cool.
Yes, it is.
Yes, birthdays. Fun little segment. Anyway, that's going to just about do it for us. We're going to close up shop and hit the road as we make our way down to Paulsboro for the Monster Factory that starts in just over an hour. And we had better make it there on time, otherwise we'll get called slackers by Danny Cage.
That's, yeah, that we don't want that to happen again.
Nobody wants that. Although I'm sure he'll find another reason to call us slackers for something else.
Probably. Why are you just getting in the door before the match starts, slackers?
Yeah, why didn't you run that red light and put yourself in possible harm's way, slackers?
We love you, Danny, just so you know.
What are you speaking for me on this here? No, I'm kidding.
We're just joking.
Having fun.
Please don't kill us. Or me. I don't really know if Ron cares or not, but...
No, I do care. Slightly. I'm just Mahoney busting left, right, and sideways. I'm going to get my Mahoney's busted if I don't get out of here, though. Yeah. So that's going to do it for us. Stay tuned. Nick Cataldi is up next. He has country music coming your way all this afternoon.
Yay!
And then Joe LeCompte has the 60s through the 90s and beyond, starting at 6 o'clock, taking you all the way up to the midnight hour. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. And I see somebody took away my ID, so I will say that this is WB.